Oh, hello and welcome back, all you capitalist pigs. My name's Jason Stapleton, and this is the Forex Market Preview. If this is the first time that you're joining me, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I'm going to do my best to make it worth your time. And if you are one of the over 70,000 traders who actively gets this email every single week, I want to welcome you guys back because it's always good to talk to you again. I've got three things that I want to cover today. We're not going to cover pound dollar. I covered pound dollar in the private client group this week, and it's going to take a little bit more discussion than I'm willing to have for the Forex Market Preview. So we're going to skip that one, but I am going to talk about the other three. Let's talk about Euro Yen for right now. Euro Yen, looking at this on the 4-hour chart. We had been watching last week an advanced pattern formation. And that was coming in, right here along this support level. We were calling along right here at around 96.40s. Market did come into these 96.40s and held there for all week long. Basically all week we were in this churn as the market came down into that support level and we got long. And I know it was probably frustrating to a lot of you to sit and watch that and wait. And what's even more frustrating is when you watch it wait and you churn and then it breaks down the wrong direction, stops you out. That's even more frustrating because now you waited all this time and it ended up, being a bust. But guys, that's just trading. And what the market has now done is it's given us a clear indication of what it's going to do. Before, we thought this was a pretty good opportunity to look for a counter trend trade. It was right along the all-time lows back here. Those lows, the spike lows have been violated now. We've closed below them, which means, the market is giving us a bold sign that says, look, I now intend to go lower. Whereas before, it had given every sign that it intended to rally, and the support levels verified that. Now that we've broken, now we have to be looking for the next step, which is a rally. We want to look for a rally back up into this 96.40s area. This support level that the market has given us is basically now going to be resistance if we get back up to it. So this market is oversold now. We're sitting at about 8.45. We're well below 20, which is what we consider oversold. So it's due for a rally. So those of you who were stopped out, shake it off. And, I'm going to be watching for a rally back up into the 96.40s. I think this is a good place to get short, and I intend to get short there. Pound yen. Bouncing over here. Same basic principle here. Previous structure support level was violated. We violated the spike lows here. This market may go a little bit lower before it retracts, but basically what we're going to be looking for is the same basic principle. We want the market to come back up into that previous structure support. We have support, support, then a support level back here. Anything in here, if I bring in a Fibonacci retracement, we take a look. Whoops. Let's get our right tool out here. If I bring in the Fibonacci retracement here, you're going to see that comes in right along a 382 retracement, which is exactly what we're going to want to see is structure coming in on the Fibonacci levels. So for those of you looking at pound yen as well, looking for long positions around 122, basically 123. And then a press back down to about 122s is what I'm going to be watching for there on this particular setup. Looking over at the Euro USD. Now, Euro is kind of in a tricky spot right now because we're definitely bearish. I'm gonna pop out here to a daily chart. All right. Pop out to the daily chart. Markets come back down in right along this, basically this support level. We've been nothing but bearish the whole time. We've broken structure. We're looking for 119s. I got a really strong sneaking suspicion that we're going to get there. And the question is when. Now, you might be tempted to short the market on Monday, anticipating the market's going to go lower, so we're just going to short it at the open. I'm a little more, if you want to do that, by all means, you're probably going to be right in the long run. I'm going to be waiting for something else to happen first, and I'm going to drop this down to a 60-minute chart so you guys can see it. On the 60-minute chart, you can see this is most recent data. We got a little bit of bullish divergence here. Not a lot, but we went oversold, and now we're not oversold on the retest. Now, that could be just because there was, less strength going into the weekend. I don't know. But what I'm going to be waiting for is a retracement back up into, oh, 382-ish area. Somewhere between the 382 and the 618. Somewhere between 2213 and 2250s. And I'm going to wait for that pullback, the market to pull back up into probably this either this resistance level here or this one here. That's what I'm going to be watching for. And I want to see the market do that because I think we're due for a rally here, and you can see kind of stutter stepped its way up, and it made higher lows, but was finding resistance here along the top shelf, and then we broke down, and that tends to indicate, hey, we're going to go lower. But I would expect to see a little bit of a rally here. Now, whether we go down first and then up, I don't know really how that's going to work out, but I am going to be waiting for the retracement. And looking for a position to get short at that time. So, for any of you watching this and wondering what to do with the euro, my gut tells me we're going quite a bit lower, but not now. So I'm going to keep my powder dry. And I talk a lot about this. Listen up, because this is important. If you didn't listen to anything else I said today, listen to this. You will hear me say many a time that you want to wait to trade until the money is laying on the ground waiting to be picked up. And what that means is that it's not acceptable to throw money at anything and everything that comes along. For most traders, that's what drives them into the poorhouse. You want to wait for those critical turning points, those points where the market is making it painfully apparent to you that you need to be trading, that it is just ridiculous that you not trade this particular trade setup. And we try and create trading strategies that present those opportunities. Cipher patterns, BAT patterns, Gartley patterns, 2618 trades. All of those are designed to present to you or to make apparent to you points in time when the market is saying, for Pete's sake, take a trade. Right now on the euro, the market is not giving us one of those signals. There is a high probability that we are going lower based on what I'm seeing. However, I do think we're going to see a rally here. So rather than just take a short position, and have, really wide stops because we've got a long way to fall, I'm going to choose to wait and be patient and take the trade when it comes, and take the trade once I know that the market's in the right position. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Now, hey, pay attention because there's one last thing I want to tell you about. This week, I am going to be accepting traders into the private client group. Up until now, it's been kind of a closed-door thing, but I am going to be opening it up, and this week I'm going to have some information out to you about how you can get involved with that. And I'm going to have a detailed explanation of what's involved with it, what you can expect once you get in there, and it's a really exciting program. And the guys who have been in it, we've been talking, they're really enjoying it. So that'll be out today or this week. And for the rest of you, until next time, good luck and good trading. I'll see you right back here next week. Thanks a lot, guys.